Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mission Report, the Nintendo News Show. This is episode number 14. My name is James, and today I have 5 different topics to discuss with you. The first one that I want to talk about is, once again, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Last week, I said that I was going to go see the Super Mario Galaxy movie and that you could tune in today to hear what I thought about it. I actually ended up not going to see it. I was planning to go see it Saturday morning, and I just didn't go. But one thing that I do want to talk about is the discrepancy between the review score and the audience score. The audience score right now is sitting at an 89, where the review score on Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at a 42. This is a pretty big discrepancy, and I think that there's some valuable information in here. It seems like a lot of the criticism of the movie comes down to the story being pretty lackluster, which I think is fine. The first Mario movie, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which came out a couple years ago, only had a 59 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it had a 95 audience score. So also a pretty big discrepancy there. But the discrepancy in between audience score and review score for the Mario Galaxy movie is actually 11 points higher. The difference is. So it's interesting to me. I guess this kind of just goes to show that if a movie looks like something that you might enjoy, you're probably just better off going to see it and not really caring what critics think. I think it's pretty obvious that this is not a movie for critics. This is a movie for Nintendo fans and for Nintendo families and all that kind of stuff. And it seems like those kind of people are enjoying the movie quite a bit. So I'm not really sure if I am going to end up making it to the theater. I might end up just watching it at home at some point. But that, I think, is the end of what I want to say about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Next, once again, we have some new additions to Nintendo Music. Splatoon 3, which released on Nintendo Switch in 2022, is getting 112 new tracks. This brings the total number of tracks for Splatoon 3 up to 230 in a Nintendo Music, for a total of about 8.5 hours of track time, runtime, whatever you want to call it. I've never actually played Splatoon. I didn't know it had so much different music in it, especially when we talk about... Sorry, my dog is right here. Especially when we talk about games like Leaf Green and FireRed getting their entire catalog put in there and it being like a total of like 45 minutes. It's cool to see that they have so much different and such a diverse range of music in Splatoon 3. This is not going to make me check out Splatoon or the Nintendo Music app, but that's nothing new. Y'all know how it goes. Number 3, Nintendo has a special going on right now for Super Mario Galaxy double pack, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, when you buy a Switch 2 and the Super Mario Galaxy double pack together, you save $20, bringing it down to a $500 total, which is the same price as the Mario Kart World bundle of the Switch 2. And personally, I think that the Mario Galaxy bundle is a much stronger selling point there. I think that that's a much stronger bundle than the Mario Kart World bundle, but I don't really think a lot of people are going to feel that way. I think Mario Kart World is going to be huge no matter what. I want to say I didn't write down when that is going on, but I think you can only get that specific bundle if you buy it directly from Nintendo, and it's unclear if you have to buy the digital version of the game. It might also be compatible with the physical version of the game too, which I think would be pretty cool. And I'm not sure when it ends. I think it ends like sometime in May, though. May like 2nd or 3rd. But don't quote me on that. Number 4, Pokemon Champions is out now, kinda. It's not out for me yet when I'm recording this, but it's going to be out for you when this video goes up. So, if you're into Pokemon, go check out Pokemon Champions and leave a comment on this video what you think about it. It comes out for me at 10 p.m. tonight, and I'm not going to be checking it out. Partially because there's just so much Pokemon going on right now. They just re-released Pokemon FireRed and Leaf Green on Switch. Pokemon Pokopia is out right now too. I also still want to get to Pokemon Legends ZA, and I have like a whole laundry list of Pokemon stuff that I want to get to probably before Pokemon Champions. But that doesn't mean that you can't go and check it out and be excited about it. I'm sure that there will be no shortage of Pokemon Champions coverage out there. And finally, that brings us to the last thing that I want to talk about. And this one's not really a news item. I just wanted to talk about some stuff that I've been playing lately. And I just finished Pokemon FireRed on Switch. I've played Pokemon FireRed before. I've played either Pokemon FireRed or Leaf Green before. I don't remember which one I played before, but I had a really great time with it. Total, I think I played it for about 45 hours or so. I ended with around 90 Pokemon, I think. So I didn't fill out the Pokédex, and I didn't do all that extra stuff. And that there is, after you go and beat the Elite Four and the League Champion, there is some extra stuff there that you can do that they added that wasn't in the original Pokemon Red and Blue, but is in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I didn't do that extra stuff that comes after. I'm going to save that and probably go back to it sometime later in the year. But overall, I had a really fun time with it. I chose Charizard as my starter, and the part in the game that I had the most trouble with was probably when I got to the 3rd gym, which would be Misty, the water gym leader. And what was happening was that she was using water Pokemon, and she was kind of wiping out would have probably been Charmeleon at the time, my starter, and I had other Pokemon, but there weren't really good areas to like level them up and stuff, and I also just wasn't really finding a lot of Pokemon that would be, I hadn't found any electric Pokemon, and I hadn't found hardly any like grass type Pokemon, which are pretty effective against water. So that was probably the toughest part of the game for me. I did also get all 3 of the legendary birds. I stumbled upon Articuno and Moltres. And then after I beat the 8th gym leader, I did look up where to go and find Zapdos. But it was pretty cool going in to fight the Elite Four with all 3 of them and Charizard on my team. And I guess that's pretty much it. The next game that I'm going to be playing on Switch, I think I'm going to finish up the indie game Is This Seat Taken? And after that, I think I'm going to try to get back into Pokemon Pokopia before checking out something else. Anyway, guys, that's all that I have for today. In the comment section, please let me know what you think about these things. I talked about today. What have you been playing on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 lately? As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next mission.